What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know so. And we're here for predictions. We're here to predict the week in the NFL. Last week was rough. May have been my worst week in a while, dude. I went 3-10. Last week was crazy though. There was a ton of upsets. I got the Seahawks 49ers game right. I almost had the stinking Raiders and Chargers game, and I almost had the score right until that late touchdown. So yeah, the one upset I thought I had right was Panthers versus the Packers. The one upset I went with ended up not coming to fruition. It was a wild week last week in the NFL. It was darn right crazy. But we're back again this week for the majority of the time. Hey, we're hitting it. We're 9-4. We're 94, 53-1 on the season. Not a terrible record at all. But yeah, we'll go over the over-unders and see how we do on the week. But before we get into that, if you enjoy the content, become a bro and subscribe and leave a thumbs up because it helps me get discovered. And if you want more content, then I need to be found. I am lost. Please come find me. Then again, I'm terrible at hide and seek, but that's neither here or there. Friday. I'll be on Twitch at twitch.tv/Broshmo Gaming. So if you want to come chill and hang out, come and do that. We can talk football. We can talk whatever the heck you want, man. I'm just gonna be chilling, chatting, playing a game that brings a lot of nostalgia in my life. And Friday, so this should be tomorrow. I'm gonna have my big board out for the NFL draft. I have had to update a few things this week because there were some guys that went down with injuries, and that injuries affect your draft stock. If you're gonna be out for a prolonged period of time, and you might not make the combine or pro days and all that, it'll affect your stock. So I gotta go take care of that. But that's out tomorrow, so be on the look for that. I know y'all love college football content, but let's go ahead, let's get into it. And we're talking the Thursday night game, Steelers versus the Browns. I got the Browns winning. They're riding a wave, baby. A wave. I just don't see how the Steelers offense is real tricky. Mason Rudolph, he hasn't played that well this year. So basically this game comes down to I like Baker better than Rudolph. I think he'll be able to get the job done. I think the Browns are a better team right now than the Steelers. I mean, they were able to win in spite of themselves last week against Buffalo because they still made a lot of boneheaded play calls. They made a lot of boneheaded penalties, or they had a lot of boneheaded penalties. But I'm going to go with them. The over-under in this game is 40. So it should be right around that. If anything, I'd go over. So I got them winning 22-17. This one's a tough one. This week's tough to call as well. So hopefully we ain't going 3-10. Detroit versus Dallas. This is actually, I think, one of the easier games. I don't know if Matthew Stafford's going to be available, but I made my prediction like he would be, and I still have Dallas winning. They should eat this defense alive. Got winning 34-20. The offense looked very good. They were able to pass on the Vikings at will. I don't know why they tried to keep up with the run game. I think that's what ultimately cost them, because I think they had like a 4th and 2. Honestly, it was a 3rd and 2 initially, and they decided to go with Zeke both times. I don't see why not take a shot with a slant or something in the secondary, because you've been eating the secondary up all game. So that was just that was a big nitpick, and I think it cost them the game ultimately. But I like Dallas in this game. They're gonna go 6-4. Watch out, world. And then Jacksonville versus Indianapolis. I got Nick Foles in his return, winning 24-21. I know that Colts team, it wasn't Brissett at quarterback last week against the Dolphins, but still, that offense really hasn't looked entirely great this year. They've been beatable. They lost to the Raiders. They lost to the Steelers. Offenses that, they're not top tier. And the Jaguars, I wouldn't say they're top tier, but I think they're probably better than I think they're better than Pittsburgh offense. So I got them winning this. I think they can do it. I think it'll be a close game, but I think it'll be a low-scoring game. They don't have a line on this game yet, or at least one that I see. So, yeah, Jaguars all the way. Next, we're talking about my Miami Dolphins. They're on a hot streak. I got them losing though. It's hard to pick against the Dolphins. I know they almost beat Buffalo last time, and people hate on me because I don't think Buffalo is a good team. They're a good team. I don't think they're good. They're good against subpar competition. They've proved that against Cleveland. They proved that against Philly. This game though, I think is winnable for them. The Bills are lucky they got a pretty easy schedule. I got them winning 24-17. The Dolphins, while they've impressed, they I don't know. I think this is a much tougher defense than they've had to face the last few weeks. Good luck, Dolphins. Fins up. And thank goodness, much easier game. Minnesota versus Denver. The line on this game, the over/under is 40. I have it literally right at 40. Oh wow, didn't even notice that. But I got Vikings winning 27-13. I don't think they'll need much to win this game. The defense ought to lock down Brandon Allen, a rookie quarterback, an undrafted rookie quarterback at that. And they should run down the throat of this Denver run defense. Dalvin Cook should have a great game, so fantasy owners, Dalvin Cook should produce, and he should produce a very nice. Also helps that he's like the lead receiver now in that offense. Another interesting game, Saints versus Buccaneers. I was so tempted to go with the Buccaneers, but I think the Saints will rebound. This is a bad secondary right now for the Buccaneers. I don't think they'll be able to keep up. And then the defense for the Saints, they had a lot of stops last week. It was just that offense put the defense in bad position. In a bad position. I think Lattimore should be back for this game. I didn't look up an injury report, so hopefully he is. But I think this is a very winnable game for the Saints. But it should be a fun game nonetheless. Next, here's my surprise pick of the weekend. It's not too much of a surprise. I got Dwayne Haskins winning his debut again. Well, not his debut, but I got him winning his first game against the Jets, 15-13. What a game, right? What a game. Over/under here is 38. I don't know how they're going to get there. Honestly, this game could be very winnable for the Jets, but this is a bad Jets team, man. This is a bad Jets team, and this Redskin defense is much better than what they saw against the Giants. So I think there's a chance. It's just like Dumb and Dumber. 1 out of a million. So you're saying there's a chance. I love me Dumb and Dumber. Atlanta versus Carolina. What a game. I'm not going to trust Carolina in this. I got Atlanta winning 27-23. Over/under is 49.5. And they actually got the Panthers as a 5.5 point favorite. Ooh. But I liked what I saw last week from this team, and I think they can take advantage of that. This is not a terrible Atlanta team. They've just played awful. Like, they got talent, they can do that, and I think their offense can make up for what they lack at defense. And I know the defense looked good last week, but that ain't the standard. They played like this. Standards like low. And we talking game of the week. Houston versus Baltimore. This ought to be a fun game. I was so tempted to go with Houston, but I went with the home team winning 31-34. Over/under again is 49.5. I could see you could go either way on that, but yeah, man, I like this game a lot. I think what seals the deal is going to be the defenses. Baltimore is a much better defense. They've played much better. They've played, oh my goodness, like the addition of Marcus Peters, he has been such a big play threat. Like, he'll give up some receptions, then it'll hit you with a pick six. It's been awe-inspiring. So I like this matchup. I think it'll be a fun game, but I think ultimately Baltimore, they're a really good team right now. They're really good. And we're going to San Fran to see how the Cardinals will do in this game. I think this is a much better game for the 49ers. Their defense, it's not like the defense is playing worse. Their defense didn't have a great game against the Cardinals, but they played really well against a Russell Wilson-led Seahawk team. I mean, it wasn't the 49ers defense that lost the game for him. It was Garoppolo, unfortunately. Once he lost Emmanuel Sanders, he seemed lost himself. So I think they'll be much better, especially if Emmanuel Sanders comes back healthy. I don't think the Cardinal offense will have the same type of success, especially on the ground, that they did in their last matchup. I'm going with 49ers 24-16, over unders 45. I think that game could go easily under. And Raiders versus the Bengals. I got the Raiders winning 24-10. I don't know how the Bengals are going to win a game this year. I think they're in complete tank mode. I think they're like, all right, we want that first pick. We're coming for it. So I think they're going to get it. Over under is 48.5. I think that can go under simply because I think Oakland can control this game at will. They don't have to score a ton of points because the Bengals won't. It's as simple as that. Ryan Finley, he has been offered up as a sacrifice in this game, unfortunately, so they can get Tua or Burrow. So sorry, Finley. You're a solid backup quarterback, though. You could at least say that. And then we got Patriots versus the Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, I think, is out, or potentially is out for this game. This Eagle offense has been rough this year. It's looked pretty rough. It's looked pretty bad. Now they got to face the best defense in football. I don't think it's going to go well. I think the Patriots control this game. They win 24-14. Over under there is 44.5. Yeah, it's a pretty decent over and under. But yeah, man, the Patriots, they've looked too good this year. Even in that loss against the Ravens, I still think they looked pretty solid. They had to face a pretty tough offense to game plan for. So, and a pretty tough quarterback to game plan for, Lamar Jackson, man. So I think especially how much the Eagles have struggled on offense is not going to go well. It's all about the Monday night game, man, or Sunday night game, excuse me. Bears versus Rams. I got the Rams winning this one 21-12. I don't think Goff will look good in this game, but I think Mitch Trubisky will look worse. It's as simple as that, man. I don't trust Mitch. They barely came away. Granted, they controlled the whole game. They controlled that whole game against Detroit, but that's not very convincing when you win 20-13 against a Breskel-led offense and a defense that's been giving up like points to everybody. It wasn't a convincing win. The Rams, I think they rebound. They need to, really, quite frankly. I know that offensive line's been terrible, but I think they can do enough to win this game because I don't expect Chicago to score that high. Over under is 40.5. Sounds about right. And then we got Chiefs versus the Chargers. Over and under is 52. So they could. That's pretty high. I don't think it'll go that high. I don't see how the Chargers score that much. I got Chiefs winning 27-20 in a close game. I think they will be competitive, man. I mean, division rivals, they always play each other. Typically, they play each other pretty well because they're able to game plan for each other pretty well. But it's hard to see the Chargers team where they're at right now being able to beat the Chiefs. Granted, the Chiefs just took a tough loss last week against the Titans, but that offense still looked really good in that matchup. Really good. So yeah, man, it's just hard to go against the Chiefs in this. Especially, yeah. All I got to say on that, man. I don't trust you, Phillip Rivers. Don't trust you. But that's it for the video. Go ahead, do the YouTube things. Much appreciated. Much obliged. And yeah, hopefully we do better this week. Big board out tomorrow. Check that out. And until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.